Hello and welcome to another Warhammer Fantasy Battle game. This is something a little bit different. It's a 3,000 point Battle for the Pass game. We are playing my 3,000 points of Ogres versus 1,500 of Dwarfs and High Elves each. So here on the left, we have on the right, starting from my left, I have 6 Ogres and a Brute Butcher, 3 Lead Belchers right behind them, 6 Iron Guts, with a bruiser. The bowls and the iron guts might be off. I have 7 iron guts with Slaughtermaster and my tyrant. I have 40 Noblars, 3 Yetis over there. That's a building, but we played it as a just piece of terrain, and a scrap launcher in behind. It's an Earthwood Mirror. That's a River of Light. And the Sorceress Portal you can see just here. On the left in the middle is a Weirding Well, and then there's some other thing that shoots you. It's a tall one if you're within 6 inches. So we have 2, here are the Dwarfs and High Elves. From their right flank, they have 2 Bolt Throwers. In the back there's a Grudge Thrower, 20 Elven Archers. In front of it, another 20 Elven Archers, and just next to them are 10 Warriors and 10 Crossbowmen, I believe. Then in the very middle, there's 12 Swordsmen, Masters of Hoeth with a BSB and a 4th level Mage. Then a big unit of Ironbreakers with the Dwarven General and a Thane BSB. Behind them is a pony. Is that lone unit. And let's see, what are those? Those are Thunderers, and then there's 10 more Sword Masters of Hoeth in the forest far over there. In behind, I end up putting my 8 Noblar Trappers. So here's the beginning of total overview. You can kind of see the whole thing. We've got a Weirding Well where you can gain points. I've got to cross the river. I'm being shot at by the Sorceress Portal, and if you go within 6 inches of the tower in the middle, you take these 6 strength 4 hits. In retrospect, I should have set up on the other side so I could charge through the river, but we didn't realize you couldn't march through the river. So that delayed me quite a bit and made for quite an interesting game. Here's a close-up of my Noblars in the background. So, after we've learned that I can't march through a river, I end up just moving everything I can right up to the river, ready to get going. I don't take any dangerous terrain wounds from the Earthwood Mirror. I get something from the Sorceress Portal, not too bad, but basically I'm just trying to move everything up I can. I'm going to split my forces, send the ones on the right-hand side of the Weirding Well, and the ones on the left flank, and just try to crush everything I can into whatever I can, focusing first on the Elves with their lower toughness. I'm able to buff up a little bit here. This unit's pretty beefy, pretty powerful, pretty excited about getting them into close combat. So their combat, that first forest that the Swordmasters were in makes them stupid, but they pass that and they march forward. He flies his eagle up, and you'll see that a little bit more. Moves the general around, and then spins his Thunderers to be able to shoot at my Trappers, and they know that I have 2 Gorgers coming as well. So he sets this guy here to kind of pin my Yetis here, and if I charge, then I'm going to be redirected off the board or get a flank charge by the Swordmasters. Here's a close-up of his big general's unit. We played that this was the general on the horse and that the BSB was on foot. That was backwards, but it really didn't make for that much of a difference. I put this the Great Skull, which is a helm, on my Tyrant, and any doubles of 1, 2s, and 3s cast at a unit are miscast. He did that twice and survived, which was really remarkable, but he kept hoping that he'd be able to beat that. Here's a close-up of my unit of bulls marching up here with my butcher in it, ready to try to get on through. And it was too far away to do any spells, not being able to march that first round. So here you can see I've come through the River of Light, and of course with a little bit of shooting, but primarily just just the River of Light. I take all these wounds. My lead belchers are down to one guy. I've lost a bull here. Because of the lead belchers were there and something happened, I can only move my iron guts there up to the edge of um, the river. Everything else is moving forward. I regain whatever wounds I lost with my general's unit there, the big unit of iron guts. And I'm feeling pretty good because I'm looking forward right at that big unit of iron breakers, ready to charge. The first round he's moved his eagle over here to march block me from charging his war machine, so I shoot him. This is my turn 2. You can see I got my Gorger in, my first of the 2, and he's moved up to get a little bit closer and threaten these archers and war machine on the hill. Out of the blue, I wasn't expecting this at all. He charges his swordmasters into my beefy unit here, and what do you know, him striking first with a great weapon, he's able to completely annihilate my BSB. Maybe what I should have done is challenge with my BSB, made him accept it, save my BSB. That's perhaps the way I should go, but I did a challenge with my general thinking I'm going to get to do all these wounds, and I fluffed everything. Didn't even kill the guy, I don't think, or maybe did one extra wound. It was pretty ridiculous. So that went okay, that battle went okay, but here you go. Here's my Noblars and Gorger moving up. Here's another overview of what's going on. After this is Dwarf and High Elf shooting. They've decimated my bulls, done a bunch more damage. The bulls flee back through the river, end up in here, and it just goes around and around. We're rolling for spells on the Lore of Light table, just over and over and over again. He's also been able to cast, I forget what it is, but Lore of Death, and make me pass initiative tests with that unit in the middle, and they all just got hammered, and so I'm just taking a beating. I do take one wound on my general and one wound on my slaughtermaster, but I'm able to do a bunch back and kill a bunch of them and win with combat resolution. And but I've lost my standard bearer, which is real pity. Pursue, he rolls a 3, I roll a 4, so I catch him, but now I'm sitting right in front of his general's unit, the dwarf general unit. I was thinking I was going to get to charge, get all these impact hits, get to do all this great stuff, and all of a sudden things aren't looking up quite as much. You can see here we go, I move forward, I get everything within 3 inches of the weirding well, and I get a whole bunch of wounds back with everything, so things are looking up all of a sudden. So it's this crazy back and forth where I'd get all these wounds taken off of me and then get wounds back, and then it just went around and around and around in circles. It's pretty comical. It made for a lot of fun, but a pretty long game as well. So we only got through the first 4 turns and to finish it up the next day. So this is my turn 3. We're in close combat here. I think I survived the first round. I rally here. Sorry for the blurry picture, but it's just to show you that I rally and reform these guys. We fight this fight, declare a challenge with my lord. He accepts with his character, not even a character, and I can't even wound his champion. I do take out his BSB with just straight attacks, but I fluff all my attacks, don't do any wounds. The only thing that does go well is I roll and kill a whole bunch of guys with my scrap launcher, and actually make some dwarfs panic. So that right there, of course they rally next round, but making them panic was really great.